My name's Damon Gameau, and I am not a chef. I'm going to pretend today that I am a chef. I've even got my pretend apron on. And I, like many people, are pretty time poor. I've got a couple of kids, so I'm going to make a chicken shake and bake. And it's pretty simple, easy, lots of different options. And thankfully, all the ingredients you need can be found at the Bay Grocer here in Byron Bay. Let's get those ingredients. So from memory, there's mayonnaise here. There's a couple of different mayonnaises you can get, but this one is straight from Japan. It's dirty and nasty and delicious, this one. So we'll use that, and that's to go with a homemade ranch sauce that I'm going to do. And ranch, you need dill. So thankfully there is some fresh dill here. Use that. And then for the actual shake and bake mix to put the chicken in, usually like at its core, make it with like a grated Parmesan. So there's a couple of good Parmesan options here. This one is pretty delicious. And then you really want to coat the chicken in a coconut. So I'll use a coconut oil, which they've got here, very handy. And then the flours to also put the chicken in. I mean, everyone's got their different preference for flour. I like the almond meal, just because it's just a little like a less of a spike, a less inflammatory in terms of the flour. And then again, this is optional, but for kids, usually like the desiccated coconut, to put that with the chicken as well can be quite nice. Sour cream, that's to go with the mayonnaise as a combo for the ranch dressing. And then normally I'd use drumsticks because they're more fun, but we do have some thighs here, so I'll just use those. I'll get a couple of those with the skin on as well, so you get that crispiness when you do the cooking. And then this display, which is really handy, is just to add a few more of the spices and flavour. So I'm going to get a garlic powder, and there's also actually some sumac if you want. It gives it a bit more of a tangy, lemony flavour, which some people might like, but I might just use a hint of that as well. I'll just check, see I'm working here. Do we have any chilli salt left today, mate? Yeah. Chilli salt, did you say?
Yeah.
Chilli salt. I'll just ask the boss here. I'm just my first shift today. I just started. Yeah. I take that as an honour, great honour, that I was thought to be working here. It's a privilege. Okay, so they're the two sauces. Again, this is so great, this lineup, like less packaging, really good. It just looks much better, and you can really see what you want to use in the meal. So I think we've got everything we need, and now we can start making it. What I'm going to do is start with the chicken and get that right of the shake and bake. And then while the chicken's in the oven, I'll use the rest of the ingredients to make and whip up the ranch sauce. So I'll park those over here for now and just start with the little chicken fellas. So what you want to do is very simply give these, normally a drumstick, but this is good, just give it like a real, like a barley massage. Just get a bit of coconut oil right in there so that you get a nice brown texture when you're baking it up. And lather those thighs like you're on a beach in Seminyak. It's nice doing it in someone else's kitchen where you can just make a mess. And I'm going to make Jeremy clean it up afterwards. Pretty simple. While they're sitting there, I'm just going to get a, where's the grater? And I'll just get some grating going. It's up to you how much you want to use. My kids are pretty big fans of like extra cheese, so I'm going to make it very cheesy. Because really what you're doing is you're putting this into the bag, which is preparing for the shake element. So the cheese goes in here. Very simple. I might do a little bit more. And then use your almond meal, probably about 1/3 of a cup. That goes in here. Yep. Happy?
Very happy.
Happy with me winging?
Oh yeah.
Now, again, this is an option as well. I mean, my kids in particular, the coconut just gives a nice little extra flavour with the cheese. So again, I'll probably go about 1/3. And then again, this is where it's up to your own preferences. There's some garlic powder, so I'll chuck some of that in there. quite like the garlic powder, so I'll put a bit extra. Salt and pepper, however you like. There is the option I've got at the sumac. And the sumac will give, obviously really good, it's anti-inflammatory properties, really good for you, but it does give it a more of a lemon zesty flavour, so it depends if you like that or not. I'll just put a tiny bit in, because I know Jeremy's a fan of the lemon zest. I'm not a huge fan, but I'll just do a little bit. And then put some salt, lots of salt in there. These are a little bit bigger than I normally use, so I often go 2 at a time in there with the drumsticks, but I'll just go 1 for now. Chicken goes in. And now you get ready for some shake and bake, baby. And then a little bit of a dance if you want to. Just to show off to the kids. Right, Sarah, morning. There's a cocktail, 1980s for the reference. Yep. Okay, now look at this. Look at this bad boy. I mean, tell me that's not a win for the kids. So many flavours, coconut, parmesan, so much goodness, and then just straight in the oven. Preheated to 180. It's great when you do it at a restaurant here. Bang! Let's put it, because I'm professional, I'm going to put it in this pan first, like this, as I get the others ready. See? Shake and bake, baby. Let's hope the bag holds up. It's getting a little loose under here. We might spray stuff everywhere, but so far so good. Look at that.
Keep coming out good, don't they?
Look at that. See, so again, it's really up to you what you want to put in this bag. It's like you're just limited by your imagination. You could add any flavour you want, depending what your kids like. In your face, Colonel Sanders. Look at that. Secret herbs and spices. All right. Look at that. I'll just do a little bit of the top, just a bit of this action. Preheated the oven at 180. And so these just going to whack them in there, probably about 35, 40 minutes. And I know you can either give them a bit of a poke and you see when the juices start to run, or obviously when they're the perfect golden brown. Bang. Done, just walk away, walk away. Okay, so while the chicken is doing its thing and roasting up and getting brown, I'm going to make like a homemade ranch sauce, which, look, you can buy a ranch sauce if you want to, but some of them have some pretty nefarious ingredients tucked away in there that you're not too sure what they mean. So this is just an easy way to make your own version. And it's quite simple. It's just a combination largely of sour cream, like half a cup, and this is going to make a fair amount, and also of the mayonnaise. And again, you can use whatever mayonnaise you like, but this one is particularly delightful. So roughly half a cup there. The key to the ranch is the dill. Whether you knew that or not, it's actually the dill flavouring. So depends again how much you want to put in there, but I just sort of finely chop probably a teaspoon, maybe a couple of teaspoons. This is me pretending to be a chef, by the way. Does it look mildly authentic? Or if I just do this and talk and you don't see, then it makes me look like a professional, see? So that's what I'm doing. Okay, that in there, the dill, too much. And then again, as before, it's just what your preference is. Obviously a bit of salt is always good. This is some onion and garlic. There. It's just about getting the taste right. And then if you want, you could add some lemon as well. Here's one I prepared earlier. And but again, I'm not a big fan of this because you can overdo it. The dill has such a strong flavour, so it's up to you how much you want to put in there. Just a little bit's all right. And you can see the dill coming through there. And then I'll just see what flavours were. That's pretty good. I'm going to put a fraction more dill in there. And a little bit more of the garlic. So just up to you, your preference, what particular flavours you like. Yeah, look at that beautiful dill in there, eh? Oh yeah. Oh, that's looking good. Oh yeah. So, I'll take that out, have a look at those bad boys. And you can see it's just piping hot. So I'm just going to give that probably 10 minutes just to cool down a bit. Also, a little coconut oils inside. Just let them sit before we plate them up and serve. Like this. And then I'm just going to get a little bit of salt. Top of there, like that. Go. And then I might, because Jeremy's a fan, I'm going to put a little bit of sumac on top of the ranch, just to give it a little hint of lemon. All right. You hungry, Sarah? Where are we eating, Jeslets? Okay.
Shake and bake, baby.
Moment of truth.
Damon's gone everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yum.
Oh, far out.
That crumb is so nice.
There is actually a bit of punch there. The almond.
Maybe a bit of Brazilian salsa. It's a dance, cook, marathon. Jeremy, thought?